Hi, everyone. So, the energy around right now is one of your ancestors are trying to give you some kind of a message. And I think that the momentum around this message is really building up because so far you haven't heard the call yet, you haven't heard the message. And sometimes, if we're not really tuned into our intuition or to the signs and the signals around us, that we can tend to miss the messages that are really trying to come through from our ancestors. So I thought today we would do a what you don't see spread to help us see what is trying to come through. And I'm also going to pull one channeled ancestor message to see if we can figure out the energies surrounding what it is they're trying to tell you. So what we got is goals. We have the word goals here and underneath the word alone. So something that your ancestors are trying to tell you definitely has to do with some goals that perhaps you have set for yourself, or maybe some goals that you have yet to set for yourself. But it does look like at this time, there's something that you are achieving on your own, is what I'm getting so far. But I would love to have the tarot tell us a little bit more. What other energies want to come through regarding our goals? So there's Metamorphosis, which is an extra, one of 3 extra cards in this tarot deck. Metamorphosis. I love that. 9 of Swords. Queen of Wands. King of Cups. Underneath, 2 of Cups. Page of Cups, 5 of Cups, 8 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and underneath everything is Knight of Cups. Now, for those of you who have been watching my readings for a while now, know that every once in a while, these spreads that I intend turn into medium readings because there is someone here trying to channel messages through from the other side. And this was someone that you knew in this lifetime, someone who you knew, and they're trying to get a message through to you. So it's similar to what I was feeling, that there's a message that's trying to get through to you, but it's coming from someone that you actually knew in the 3D, but you've since lost them. And they're coming through as the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is generally a romantic relationship. So this to me feels like someone who you perhaps had a romantic relationship with, or definitely had a deep love for. So make it make sense for you. But this is someone who you've lost, and now they're trying to come through with a message for you, perhaps about a new relationship, because I'm seeing the 2 of Cups here, but I don't want to jump too far ahead or jump to any conclusions. But it does feel definitely like this person's energy is coming through here, and we're just gonna figure out what it is that they would like to tell us. There's an energy coming through here about fear of abandonment, chasing codependencies. So it could be that was the energy you shared with this person. Although underneath that, I'm seeing the 10 of Cups. So this is maybe someone in your family, or someone you had a family with, someone who you perceived as your family, maybe someone you were married to. But it feels like there was almost an unhealthy connection between the 2 of you, because I'm getting a fear of abandonment, a chaser type of energy, a codependent type of relationship is coming off of this. So, but we're seeing that this person, and again, with this 2 of Cups here, I feel like this was a love interest for you. I just can't help but feel that. So whoever's message this is most definitely, almost definitely someone who is a love relationship with you, a romantic relationship. This is someone who perhaps you had goals with. This is someone that you had every intention of staying with. That with this 10 of Cups, you had a lot of harmony and balance and peace, and you were part of their lifelong goals. So that's coming through here too. I see that during their life while they were here, they went through some kind of a major transition, where they may have started out in love relationships being more perhaps in their shadow side with codependencies, as we said. But it looks like with this metamorphosis, while they were still here on the earth realm, while they were still here, they went through a lot of self-healing. They did a lot of shadow work. They learned how to appreciate themselves. So there's a possibility that this person knew that they were dying, and that perhaps that was when this transition started to come through, that they started to do more of their shadow work when they were perhaps faced with more of their mortality. I'm seeing the Page of Cups here, though. So there may be children involved. You may have children with this person, because we did see this Ten of Cups here, which is often a card of families. And so with the Page of Cups showing up here, it's also an indication that that there are children involved who may have also lost this person. This Page of Cups is really telling me, though, that this could be your inner child that they're asking you to connect to, and to really give yourself the permission for your inner child and your heart chakra to feel the pain that perhaps of losing this person has caused you. Because I think that there's a strong message too about you allowing yourself the time to heal. And in order to do that, you have to really let that pain come forth. You have to let that pain take the forefront, because that's the only way through the pain is to let it wash over you and give yourself that permission to feel it. Maybe you've been trying to stay strong because there are children involved. But at some point, there is a point where you have to really allow yourself to feel that pain, because it's the only way to heal from it. And that may be what this metamorphosis is saying too, that this person perhaps didn't answer their call while they were here. Perhaps they were tied up in codependent situations, maybe with you, maybe with others, maybe with family members. Make it make sense for your situation. But this is there. I think this message that really, as I said, is building a lot of momentum for you right now is this energy of you really answering the call, but first by healing the pain of this relationship, or whatever this relationship caused. I think that the lessons that they learned when they were here, perhaps when they were going through this metamorphosis, was one of really letting go of your fears. That this Nine of Swords can be an outside influence, but most of the time it's our own anxieties, it's our own fears that hold us back from doing the things that we're really being called to do. And so it feels like this person is really saying to you not to make that same mistake that I did by holding myself back, because by holding myself back in my own fears, it only brought me more of this grief and despair and sadness. So this is a combination of anxiety and depression. So this person could have suffered from some kind of mental instability, some kind of mental health issues. Although I am not a doctor of any sort, and of course I didn't know this person, but when I see the Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups come together, that really can be a really troubled mental health situation. Someone who really was anxious and sad and couldn't really learn how to press through that. And they didn't feel safe. They didn't feel protected. And that may be why they engaged in codependent types of situations. And with this Five of Cups here too, I mean, the Five of Cups is such a strong energy of someone who's really heartbroken, someone who is deeply hurt and feeling lost and grieving. And maybe there was a breakup between the two of you, but I make it make sense for you. But there's this idea coming through with this metamorphosis and with this Page of Cups that this person had a beautiful heart. And they had these wings that they could use to fly, but instead they kept themselves so small in fear and sadness and heartbreak. It was like they had this beautiful soul, but you just couldn't really see it. And I feel like they didn't really show that to you when they had the chance. So I think that what they're saying is with this Queen of Wands and this Eight of Wands, it's this feeling that they wish that they had focused more when they were still here on with this Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is so confident, and the Eight of Wands is taking swift, solid, secure, confident action. And so these two cards together are really telling me that this person really wishes that they had done that with you, that they would have told you more often just how much they actually adored you and didn't rely so much on their own pain to get what they needed out of the relationship and given you more of what you needed out of the relationship. And that they really wish that they had been more clear with you about just how much they were infatuated with you and thought you were this Queen of Wands, thought you hung the moon. I mean, they thought you were everything, but it looks like they really didn't express that to you. So then with this King of Cups showing up here, the advice that's coming through for you, especially with the King of Cups coming in with the Seven of Wands, the advice that they're really trying to bring forth here to you is that, first of all, you are the King of Cups. You are an emotionally mature, emotionally balanced. You feel all of your feels. You understand other people's feelings. You hold space for other people's feelings. You don't let your emotions rule the day, but you allow your emotions to work through you. But with this Seven of Wands, it's saying accept when it comes to releasing your own pain. So it's like you're fending off feeling your own feelings, even though you are the King of Cups and you have the ability to feel all these feels and to work through it. But I think it's become so painful for you that you are not really allowing yourself, you're keeping these emotions at bay. But the advice that we got from this Page of Cups was saying to give yourself the permission to feel it. Lay down these defense mechanisms that you have that are preventing you from feeling your feelings and really let these feelings come forth, because that's the best way for you to get a new beginning. You are the King of Cups, so don't waste your energy. Don't waste a drop of your energy on trying to just fend this off. Like really pour that back into yourself. And then you will have the ability then to perhaps start over, go in a new direction with a new relationship is what is really coming through here. So I think to answer our question that we originally had, although the message ended up coming through a Knight of Cups, someone you knew, is still basically the same. We were asking our ancestors for a message, but what we really got was this idea of the Five of Cups, and that this is what you don't see. What you don't see in this situation is your own sadness, your own grief, not allowing yourself to give yourself permission to feel all of the pain. Because once you give yourself permission to feel the energy of this Five of Cups, that is when you're going to start to feel better. So that is the message, and that is what you aren't seeing at this particular moment, because I think because you are grieving this person currently. And of course you are. But let's get some more tarot, because I would like to see more energies about you and how you are in your current state of affairs. Wowza. Okay, so you're showing up as the Empress. So you know who you are. You're probably even a mother. I can't help but think that, or a parent at a minimum, because the Empress and the Page of Cups can often be that. But I think that you are so strongly in your power that losing this person made you stronger in some ways. You've gone through a metamorphosis in some ways. You've been strong, perhaps for your children, or if not children, other people involved in this situation, that you are like the rock for everyone in this situation. And that you've tended to everyone's needs. You are expanding, you're growing, you're learning, you're doing your shadow work. But there is this one piece still here with this Five of Cups that you really haven't worked through yet. There's a wound, and it seems like a pretty significant wound that is next, should be next on your list, your checklist of things to do, to really address the pain of whatever it is you are grieving, whatever it is you are going through, to just allow that pain to come in and give yourself the permission to go through it. I just keep feeling like I want to say that. Let it come to the forefront. So there's the Four of Cups. That's good, and I'm going to tell you why. The Ten of Pentacles and Strength. Yeah. And then underneath everything is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is a similar, not the same, but a similar energy to the Empress in the sense that it's a very big expansion. It's bringing things into your world. It's bringing things, not only receiving things into your world, but it's putting things out into the world, bringing things into the world and receiving things. So it feels like you have a very expansive energy all around you, which is really, again, why I was feeling like this energy of this momentum that's building behind the messages that whoever this person is for you is trying to bring this energy to you. And the momentum is building because it's time. It's time for you to expand. It's time for you to get your Nine of Cups. It's time perhaps for you to take more risks in your life and those types of energies. So the reason I like the Four of Cups here is because you're being asked to focus on your emotional balance. And because you're showing up here as the King of Cups, that should be a relatively easy thing to do for you. The Four of Cups energy is a piece of cake for the King of Cups. The King of Cups can do this before he even drinks his coffee in the morning. He is constantly in a Four of Cups environment and energy because it's just balanced emotions. It's knowing what to expect and it's seeing the big picture for what it really is. But in this card, this Aqua Aura Four of Cups, this says cleansing a blocked heart chakra. And that is exactly the energy we have with this Five of Cups. This idea that your heart is so blocked and you're not allowing the pain to move through it, so you've just shut your heart down altogether. So that's what you're being asked to focus on, is not shutting your heart down. And the only way to keep your heart open when you are in pain is to acknowledge that pain and to feel it. And I promise you, if you do that, that is when you will start to feel better. So that's what you're being asked to focus on. So there's a little more confirmation that we're getting from what the messages that we already received from your Knight of Cups. But I think your challenge, though, is that you're busy. There's a Ten of Pentacles here. So again, if you are taking care of a family, which it feels pretty strongly that some of you could be, but you could just have a business that you have to tend to. You could have other people that rely on you. You could have employees who need you to show up for work every day and pay them. And you understand, make it make sense for you. But this is going to be your challenge, that you can always be distracted by your commitment to work and your commitment to your responsibilities. And as long as you are distracted by those things, then you can't really look inside your heart and let yourself feel the pain, because there's too many other things going on to distract you. But I love the Strength being here, because this is a card of saying the universe is acknowledging that you stepping into the excruciating pain that lives in your heart chakra, you are going to require some strength from the universe in order to do that, because it's not an easy thing to just let pain wash over you. But this is a card and a stone, the carnelian stone in particular, of vitality and helping you to overcome pain, because the universe is putting the wind in your back and standing up with you and propping you up during this pain. And if you can remember that as you work through the pain, it is going to be a lot easier. And if you remember that working through that pain is when you're going to start to feel better, that's going to make it a lot easier too. So if you do have a carnelian stone, I have one here. This is a carnelian stone. If you do have one, this would be a great time for you to work with the energies of the carnelian. You don't need to. It's not necessary because your ancestors are here. Your Knight of Cups is here to help prop you up. They're going to give you the strength that you need to get through it. Otherwise, this strength card would not have shown up here. But because that is what I sense, that if you want just a little extra vitality through the situation, carnelian is great. And you can just put it under your pillow or next to your bed or in your pocket or in your bag or whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Just have the energy of that stone around you if you have one or if you care to have one. So let's get some big picture oracle cards. The lily just popped over and so did the metal. And those are cards of, and there's you. These are jumpy. So the lily is a card of spiritual wisdom, which you're really being called to use right now and not to ignore the pain in your heart chakra. And the metal is that you are being recognized, which is very clear because there are energies coming through saying, we see you. We see the pain that you're in and we want to help you work through that. So we have Cupid, which is what I suspected, that this is probably a romantic person for most of you, a romantic situation. Then we have the mice, and then the lily came back out. So there is certainly our confirmation. But with the mice falling right in the middle, this is a depletion. And this is falling in with the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. So if you are feeling in this state where you're just being depleted emotionally, you're wasting all of your energy just trying to block your feelings, then that's not a good way to be using your energetic resources. And certainly not if you're just distracting yourself with your work or your responsibilities. And so Cupid with the lilies coming in here, this is really saying, this is your heart chakra, and this is your spiritual wisdom, which wanted to pop out and came back out. So of course, that's our synchronicity, that's our confirmation. But this is about pouring all of your spiritual wisdom and all of your emotional resources back into your heart chakra. And as we said, the way to do that is to acknowledge this pain that you're in so that you can go through this metamorphosis that is meant for you. And I think I understand too why we saw alone, because this is telling me that you feel alone, that you're grieving on your own and you're dealing with all these responsibilities of other people, but no one's really helping you to grieve. Well, this Knight of Cups is here to tell you that you are not alone. And the universe is here with a strength card telling you you are not alone. And that metal card popped up in the big picture oracle saying, we see you. We see you. So that is another confirmation that I know that you are not alone. So let's finish this out with some chakra cards, because you guys know that Reiki is what I do. And I like to clear your energetic field. And there's heart chakra energy all over this. So I'm assuming we're going to see some heart chakra, but we'll see. So there it is. That's our heart chakra, open to change. And I like that. And I'll tell you why. And then we have third eye with diluted. So, okay. Oh, this took a different, interesting turn. So let's talk about this. So the color of your upper heart chakra is a beautiful color. If you can see this color of pink here, this is exactly the color that I like to see your heart chakra. So it lets me know that it's more open than what this reading is saying, that perhaps you're much closer to allowing this pain to come through than we thought. However, because with the third eye, with diluted falling over the 10 of Pentacles, you might be convincing yourself that you are more healed than you actually are because you have so many responsibilities, because you have so many distractions. It may feel to you like you're not in pain, but it's because you've blocked out that pain. So this now is telling me that it's your third eye that we need to work on. So if you are interested in a free Reiki healing for your third eye to help process all this energy, there will be one in the description and in the pinned comment. That is a free reading. It is yours. You can click on it anytime you want. But also, in the Raise Your Vibe in 5 book, there's a whole section for the third eye chakra. And here's a page that deals very specifically with the third eye chakra, and the exercise for the day says give yourself a scalp massage. That is an awesome way to really take care of your third eye and to really energize it and move some energy through your third eye. So if you have some time today, a really simple way for you to try to put some more light in your third eye chakra, because this is a very dark color for third eye. I would like to see more light flowing through. So give yourself a scalp massage, and that will really help to open up your third eye energy. But also, if you're interested in that free Reiki healing for your third eye, it will be in the comments and in the description. So please let me know how this was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.